Imagine stepping outside on a sweltering summer day where the heat is so intense that the air feels thick and oppressive. Now picture this extreme heat becoming the new normal, with rising temperatures and more frequent heat waves affecting every corner of the globe. This scenario is not just a possibility, it is an imminent reality due to global warming. Global warming is one of the most pressing issues of our time, impacting every aspect of life on Earth, from severe weather events and rising sea levels to disruptions in agriculture and biodiversity loss. The consequences of global warming are far reaching and potentially catastrophic. Addressing this issue is crucial for ensuring a sustainable and livable future for all species on the planet. Global warming possesses a severe threat to our environment, economies, and societies, necessitating immediate and comprehensive action to mitigate its impacts and safeguard our future. We will explore who is most affected by global warming, the specific consequences it brings, and the regions where its impacts are most evident. Understanding the origins of global warming, identifying the responsible parties, and examining why this issue has persisted despite numerous warnings. Highlighting the efforts currently underway to combat global warming, discussing feasible solutions, and identifying actions we can take individually and collectively to make a difference. So, who is the problem hurting? Global warming affects everyone, but the most vulnerable populations are hit the hardest. Communities in developing countries face severe heat waves, flooding, and food insecurity. Altered ecosystems. Wildlife is also suffering immensely. Species across the globe are experiencing habitat loss and altered ecosystems. These changes threaten biodiversity and the health of the entire ecosystem. What is this problem doing? Global warming is driving up temperatures, leading to more frequent and intense heat waves. It is causing extreme weather events like hurricanes, floods, and droughts, which devastate communities and economies. The polar ice caps are melting at unprecedented rates, contributing to rising sea levels and threatening coastal cities. Oceans are becoming more acidic, endangering marine life and coral reefs. Agricultural zones are experiencing shifting growing seasons, affecting crop yields and food security. Where is it occurring? The impacts of global warming are felt worldwide. The Arctic and Antarctic regions are warming twice as fast as the rest of the planet. Coastal areas are facing increased flooding and erosion. Tropical regions are experiencing more intense storms and heat waves. Coral reefs are bleaching and dying, and agricultural zones are seeing changes in crop viability and yields. Now that we know a little bit about the impacts and scope of global warming, it is important to understand why this problem is occurring. How did this problem come about? Global warming primarily results from the increased concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, a byproduct of human activities like burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes. Who is responsible for the problem? The responsibility lies with several key players. Fossil fuel industries, which are major contributors to GHG emissions, industrial activities that release large amounts of CO2, and methane and deforestation, which reduces the Earth's capacity to absorb CO2. When did it start? The significant increase in global temperatures began during the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century, accelerating dramatically in the mid 20th century with rapid industrialization. Why is the problem persisting? Factors include economic interest and resist change, political inaction, and varying levels of public awareness and concern. Why hasn't something already been done to stop this? Efforts have been hindered by economic dependencies on fossil fuels, difficulty in reaching international consensus, and the spread of climate denial and misinformation. What if something has been done? Why is it not being enforced? Enforcement issues include weak regulations, challenges, and ensuring global compliance, and political resistance from vested interests. I could go on all day telling you about global warming, but if I don't tell you what you can do to solve it, then what's the point of this speech? There are international agreements like the Paris Agreement, which aims to limit global temperature rise. Renewable energy initiatives are increasing, promoting the use of solar, wind, and other sustainable sources. Conservation efforts are underway to protect forests and promote sustainable practices. We need to reduce emissions by transitioning to renewable energy, improving energy efficiency, and reducing deforestation. Adaptation strategies must be developed to handle changing climates, and public engagement must increase to encourage sustainable practices. Technological advances have made renewable energy more viable. Economic incentives such as long-term cost savings and new job opportunities in green industries support these changes. There's also growing international consensus and cooperation. Challenges include political resistance, initial investment and transition costs, and public resistance to lifestyle changes. We can advocate for policies and leaders committed to addressing climate change, adopt sustainable practices in our daily lives, and educate others about the importance of tackling global warming. As we face this monumental challenge, it's crucial to understand our role in combating global warming and take action. To quickly summarize everything, global warming is a significant issue affecting the planet and all its inhabitants. It is caused by human activities and requires immediate, coordinated action. By understanding the causes and impacts of global warming, we can take informed actions to mitigate its effects and protect our planet for future generations. Just as a single match can start a wildfire, a single person can ignite change. Let us be the change makers our planet needs.